This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. What's up, Bruce?
Hey, Jody. It's good to be back and not be like stuttering and freezing and all of that, like Heavy Conversation live.
Yeah, technology works when it works, and it doesn't always work when you're traveling. But
yes. So there's been a lot of traveling for me in the last couple weeks, and I may have miscalculated on dates that I thought I was going to be home.
Right.
And so, we had talked about it and we plotted out a Heavy Conversation live episode that we like to do monthly. And it turned out that the time and date coincided with me being not just away from home, but in a mountainous region of Oregon on a highway where the connection was not good.
Yeah.
And so, I tried to start the thing and it did start. I'm going to leave the video up. It's on the Chubster Facebook page. It's amazing. It's about 10 minutes long. It stutters, it freezes. Can't hear what I'm saying. It was funny hearing it from your side because it sounded fine to me. You were moving fairly decently, then you'd freeze a couple times.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I wonder if it's his connection. No, friends, it was not his connection. It was mine.
I mean, I just was like, the audio was really weird for me because I would talk and then like 2 seconds later I would hear it all and I'm like, oh Lord, that's annoying.
Right.
So I was like, is that happening for everyone? And I was like, nope, it's not. It just because I listened to it a little bit and I was like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I just was like, I have to listen really hard to you. Technology is fun.
It was. Yeah. So
so definitely go and watch that. That
please.
Was entertaining.
Please, 10 minutes of sadness, of confusion.
So Lord.
Yeah, it was interesting. I can't remember if on our last episode I talked about going back to Canada. I went back to Canada, spent a week up there shooting a thing. Very, very excited to get that out when it's when it's finally out and I can talk about the whole thing. It was really cool to go back and be able to hang out up there in Ontario. Nice. In Toronto, which I also learned that people who live in Toronto don't pronounce that second T. It's not as well defined. Toronto.
They're like California. They don't put what I'm trying to remember.
The C.
The C's. I'm like, wait, which letter is it? Because it's like Sacramento.
Yeah. So I have a tendency to, pronounce and had to work on that a couple times too. Yeah. They were like, they're going to know that you're not from here. And I'm like, well, I'm not from here.
I'm not. But
I want to do it right. So yeah.
I don't want to be the stupid American.
That's right. It was fun. It was really cool to go back and get to do everything that I did. And I actually had a little bit of time to do some exploring. And so I went downtown to downtown Toronto. And it just feels so weird to say because I just want to throw that
Toronto.
Other T. Yeah. So I went downtown to, they have a market there called St. Lawrence Market. And it's kind of like it's like a farmer's market sort of thing. It's been there since 1803. They have all kinds of fresh food, fruit, vegetables, cheese. I mean, they're not playing around with the cheese there.
Okay.
It is. I mean, the French influence definitely comes through, and that cheese is hardcore. So I decided to basically eat my way across St. Lawrence Market.
Oh,
and
that sounds good. I'd like that.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I went to this oyster bar, and the oysters were all just totally shelled, and they were in these different boxes, and each one had a description, what it tastes like champagne finish, blah, 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 whatever. And so I picked out 5 different kinds. And once you pick them, there's a gentleman that washes them and then shucks them. And so they're totally fresh, and he puts them out for you, and they're phenomenal. And as I get older, I find that I'm kind of more on the fence about seafood in general.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. It's just a thing, I guess. I don't know. But these were phenomenal. They were great. The only thing that I had a problem with is I've been getting over this cold. I had strep for a while. It's, when you have kids, you get basically everything.
Yeah.
So I've had, 15 different colds in the span of a month. So I had been kind of coughing, and, talking conversationally was very difficult. And I had gotten to the point where I was highly medicated through this whole trip. And I was doing better. And then I got the oysters, and they had this bar you could sit at with a ton of different sauces. And so I love sauce, put sauce on anything.
Yep.
And so I tried these different sauces, and I was going through them, and they had this Dave's Insanity sauce. And it's like a really, really hot sauce. And I put some on one of the oysters, and I went to swallow the oyster. And as I was trying to swallow, I guess I took a breath or something, and I started to cough. And so the Dave's Insanity sauce went into my lungs. And I'm telling you, I thought I was dying. I was like it hurt in a way that it wasn't just like hot sauce in the throat. It was like hot sauce in the chest. And I was like, am I having a medical emergency right now? Like, do I need to talk to somebody?
Something's happening. I don't know what's going on.
And so I'm coughing because I took this stuff down my throat. And so there's these other people that were sitting next to me at the bar, and I'm just like, I mean, it's full out sputtering, choking cough, it's not a dainty, oh, pardon me. I mean, I'm just like, oh. And they're talking, having fun, and I keep coughing, and their conversation starts to kind of go down.
Is he dying?
Yeah, they're kind of looking over, and I'm like trying to hold my breath at that point to not be sputtering, and and
it was having an allergic reaction. Is he? What's happening?
Suddenly, I got the Heimlich. No, it was pretty intense there, but the oysters were great.
And you lived.
And I lived to go to the next place in the market to get in Toronto. There is a it's like a cultural sandwich. I don't know what you call it, but it's called a pea meal bacon sandwich. And pea meal bacon is
I'm like, what?
I know, it's a specific type of bacon that's cut. It's pretty light bacon. I was telling somebody else about it, and they're like, oh yeah, Canadian bacon. I was like, I mean, yes, technically, because I was in Canada, it was Canadian bacon, but it was not like it's not like what's thrown on pizzas or whatever. But the pea meal is kind of like, I'm guessing, kind of like, cornmeal that you would use to fry something. They use peas for this, and it didn't cover the whole thing, but kind of the edges of the bacon. Whenever I was doing the thing that I was doing up there, one of the people who lived there, they were asking me what I was going to be doing that was touristy, and they told me I should go to this specific place in St. Lawrence Market, get a pea meal sandwich with a slice of cheese and yellow mustard, and enjoy that. And so I did exactly that, and it was good. I mean, it was it was
just that, like a ham sandwich. Yeah, I was like, basically,
I guess it was. I guess the kind of history and background behind it is that it was like inexpensive to make, and so I just I went with that. It was good. And then I finished off my trip with a beer at a Paddington Bear themed bar.
Oh, I think I saw you posted something about that.
Like the most random thing I could have ever seen. And so, of course, I'm looking at this and I'm like, Why?
Yeah, why would you do that?
I have
That
no
would
idea.
seem
And
very
I left without an answer, but I went in and I had a beer at the bar, and I mean, it was a good beer, and I took off. And so, yes, I mean, that was basically my trip to Canada. It was a lot of fun. So thank you to the folks who
tea meal
had me.
and
And yeah, I got home, had one day at home, and we took off on our spring break road trip. Spring break, for my kids, it kind of all happened at the same time, pretty close. One's in middle school and one's in elementary, so we kind of made it work and got back, and we decided we were going to road trip. I hadn't done that in a long time, pre-COVID. So we were going to drive down from Oregon to California to see a friend and do some other things, and some winter storms started coming through, so we thought we'll take a different route to get there. And we took this roundabout way that took us into the wilds of Oregon, so like Central Oregon, where we stayed in a small town that will not be named. I mean, very, very small. And stayed there for a night, and then we drove down to Reno. And Reno was a place that I had never been. So we're driving through like southern central Oregon, down into Nevada. I mean, it was beautiful and it was quiet and was not a lot of traffic. And then we got into Reno, and I don't know if you've ever been to Reno before.
I've been through. I don't think I've really ever.
I feel like that's a lot of
time.
It's probably, that kind of thing. And so we get to Reno, and we had planned on staying a night and then going down to Sacramento to see a buddy of mine. And we get into Reno, we stay the night, and find that the next morning this winter storm is coming through, and the Sierra Nevadas, I guess, right there. So we weren't quite aware of this. It was just kind of like, we're going to take this road trip, we're going to do whatever. Didn't factor in that there was a mountain range between Nevada and California there. So that night it got like 2 feet of snow, and so we're like, well, I guess we're going to stay for another night. And so we did. And then they still didn't have it clear the next night, and so we decided to stay for another night. So we spent a lot of time in Reno. Ended up hitting up one of the casinos. We took one of the casinos there had like an arcade or something, so we were able to take the kids. It wasn't like we were sitting at the slots smoking our cigarettes while the kids waited for us or anything.
Leave them in the car.
And we introduced them to the casino buffet. So that was the crowning achievement. Like, I still feel like I'm recovering from the amount of food that I ate at the.
Was it a decent buffet, or?
It was pretty good. So we were at the Atlantis Casino in Reno, and it said, we read about it. They said that it was the best buffet by far. So, we thought, if we're going to show them their first casino buffet, let's do
make
it
a decent one.
If we're gonna introduce them to this, and it's not in Vegas, because
the Bellagio buffet,
right,
the Atlantis buffet in Reno.
Yes, and it was huge. I'll give them that. It was big. I mean, the Atlantis itself would be like a small casino in Vegas, but big there. I mean, very tall and huge, whatever. But so that was good. We got through. Went to Sacramento, and then started making our way back up. And so as we were driving home, that's when Heavy Conversation Live happened. And there we are, full circle. So that's been my last couple of weeks.
Busy.
Yeah. But yes, but we do actually have some relevant stuff to talk about. This time around.
I am kind of thirsty, but I believe I had this beer already. I think I bought a couple of them. I could have checked on Untapped already, but it's the Czech style Pilsner, and I was just like, oh wait, I think I had this one already.
Ooh,
but I like these. That's Little Beast.
Little Beast. Yeah, hey,
Little Beast.
Can't go wrong. Portland, right?
So that's what I'm having, whether it's for the first time on the show or the second time. But I'm having it. So
good.
Uh, Czech.
I feel like you can't go wrong with the Czech style Pilsner. It's
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Good option. So yeah.
Because I've had a long day already, so
yes. Good. Well, it's a easy drinker and very tasty.
Yeah, I mean it's just a light lager.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. I'm sorry, y'all. I
always
do this. I didn't pull it up before I started talking.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. It looks like I did already have this one. So sorry.
All right.
But simple, true to style lager brewed with Bohemian malt and Czech grown Saz hops. Saz? I don't know. Toasted biscuit.
Saz.
Toasted biscuit, ready malt flavor. Chef. Pretty normal.
Well, very nice.
Probably have that and pass out now.
Yeah, well, that's good. As it should be. So for me this time around, I am having a beer that comes from a brewery that I discovered on my road trip.
Oh, nice.
As we were on our way back up, right after the ill-fated Heavy Conversation Live, we made it to our hotel. And this hotel was kind of like a cabin sort of place. It's like a Best Western Treehouse Inn or something. And it's right at the foot of Mount Shasta in Northern California.
Okay.
So, of course, we drove out of the snow and into warm weather in Sacramento. And then coming back up, we were in snow again in Mount Shasta. And they had a restaurant there that took a very long time to get into, apparently. But they had really good
popular
beer.
place.
Yes. So they had this beer on tap that was from Fall River Brewing. And the beer that I had there is called Num Num Juice. Now, that is not what I have today. So, yeah. So
I love the name, though.
Yes.
Fall River Juice.
Num Num Juice Hazy IPA is what I had at this restaurant.
Tropical, and it was juice bomb.
It was phenomenal. It was one of the best beers I've had in a while. So I very much recommend it. If you can find Num Num Juice Hazy IPA from Fall River Brewing, you should do yourself a favor and get it.
Okay.
So as we were on our way out of town, I hit up a gas station that happened to have that, but they had a 6-pack, and I didn't want to have 6 of the same beer for Heavy Conversation. So
yeah.
I got a different one from the brand, and it is Fall River's Enjoy a Day Off or Two. I'm guessing it's called, let's see, Day Off. So yeah, it's Day Off ale, blonde ale.
Blonde ale.
Yes. And here, I'll show you. It is yeah,
nice. A little what is that, like a beach chair?
Yeah, lawn chair kind of
cooler.
thing. A cooler. There's a lawnmower in the background.
Okay,
all things that I'm hoping to be able to enjoy in Portland when the rain stops soon.
Enjoy the mower.
Yes, I love mowing the lawn. I'm ready. It says Day Off is a refreshing straw-colored ale enjoyed by people who put in the time to earn their fun. Its crisp finish does all the work, so you don't have to. And with little bitterness, you can enjoy all the flavor on your own time. Whether Day Off is the official drink of a rowdy bash or a pants-optional day on the couch, it suits any beer lover who appreciates their well-won leisure.
The pants optional day on the couch.
Yes. Definitely crushable. It's 5%. It has a lot of body.
Okay.
It's got all the good of a blonde ale. It does have a little bit of that bitterness. I dig it. It's not bad.
From Redding, California, regional brewery.
Yeah. So it is not as good as the Num Num Juice, but I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know it's if I'm going to give a high rating, it has to be a really good one. And I gave the Num Num Juice something really uncharacteristically high for me. So if you want to see our ratings for our beers, you can check them out. You can see the beers that we drink at Untapped, which is untapped.com, or on the Untapped app. It is available for whatever phone you've got, unless you have like an old school flip phone or something.
The
So
Nokia something.
yes.
How many beers did you have before the Num Num Juice, or was that the first beer?
It was the first beer.
Oh.
It was the first one, and I will say that a lot of times for me it works that way, where the first beer is the best one. Like I drink it and it's just like, this is glorious. And man, it was great. I was very surprised that it was as good as it was. So
a lot of times I just kind of lose my taster after a few,
right,
like,
because
I don't know, whatever.
And it's all kind of the same, and I'm with you. So yeah, Num Num Juice, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. So not bad. That was part of the fun of the road trip, and really the trip to Canada was getting to try beers from breweries that I had never tried before. So like 50/50 Brewing in Tahoe, with I guess Tahoe IPA was what I drank. 50/50 Brewing Company. Great Basin, which I think I'd had before, but it was a chili beer, so it was a spicy beer.
Oh, I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, Cerveza Chili Beso from Great Basin Brewing Company. They call it a spiced or herbed beer, and it was spicy, so there we go.
Okay.
I had something from the Brewer's Cabinet, which is based in Reno, and it's called Dirty Wookie. And then
I don't know if I want that.
It was an imperial brown ale. I was thinking of you when I
Ooh.
had it. I thought, this is something that Jody would probably enjoy. Maybe not the name so much, but the beer itself.
I mean, it just reminds me of like Dirty Wookie bathwater. Like
right.
Brown ale.
I had something from Alibi Ale Works, which I'm guessing is also local. And then I'm just looking at Canada to see if there's anything good up there. Waterloo Brewing up in Toronto, or thereabouts, and thereabouts, and Bose All Natural Brewing Company, which I'm sure is up there as well. Oh, Van Cleek Hill, Ontario, Canada. So there we go. Shout out to all of those places that are producing tasty beer that I was able to enjoy. So yes,
I need to go on a road trip and have some tasty beers somewhere.
I'll tell you that all this traveling has just made me want to travel more. It does that, and it's like, this year's the first time since the pandemic that I've been able to travel, for anything outside of, family stuff or whatever. So it's nice to get back to it and do it again. And I'm excited to do more this year for sure. So
I'm ready to do any traveling. I haven't really been, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well,
it'll happen.
Yes, it will. It will. So on to the main event here today. You may or may not have missed this, but I did try to speak it on the live episode, but with it freezing, who knows how much actually came out. But H&M is expanding its plus size offering with help from Tess Holiday. So they are a lot of the stuff is already in stores, or not in stores, online. I did go into a store and it was not there. So online, the expansion will feature products and sizes up to 4XL for women and 3XL for men, rolling out across the country online, and up to 2XL in store. Well, there we go. Yeah. Prior to this expansion, their full women's and menswear assortment sizes only went up to XL in stores and online. So that is true, but apparently at some point in the past, H&M tried to do extended sizes, and allegedly, and it didn't go so well. I don't know much about that because I think it was a ways back. I'm honestly not sure. I may have burnt that part out of my brain, but I do recall somebody saying that they tried to do it and wasn't great. This time, however, working with Tess Holiday, who is a model and well known on social media, she's pretty awesome. She is working with H&M as their size and inclusivity consultant. So she is specifically working with them on, kind of dealing with the challenges that a lot of these brands run into when they're trying to make extended size collections, and also is advocating for bigger customers and what they need. So she's, helping on both sides of that. And H&M is apparently all in. They're saying that their mission as a brand is to make style accessible to everyone. And this is a key piece of that. And so Tess is helping them evaluate how to speak to and represent the shopper in the right way. So I guess they had tried to work with her a few years back, and didn't really have the sizing. And so she started talking to them about making changes and expanding some of the stuff, and they were all in. And so they started making changes. And so the stuff is on the website now, and there's a lot of it. So I will say that I have not tried any yet, but I'm about to buy some so we can kind of get a feel for what the sizing is like. It's H&M, so you kind of know, as far as quality and all of that kind of stuff, and price point. If you're familiar with them, it's a lower price point and all of that. So if the sizing is right, it feels like people are going to buy this stuff.
Yeah, it looks like I've been kind of scrolling through. I selected just 3XL. I don't know. It's a lot of more basics, I guess.
Sure.
They do have some fun prints on some of the shirts, but overall it's kind of the normal t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff like that. So maybe
they have a lot of categories. They have a lot of categories in there, and I'm pulling it up now myself so we can take a look.
I guess the dog wanted to comment on it too.
Not an H&M fan.
No, apparently not.
So 3X, there's 180 pieces available in 3X. And it looks like, I don't know, we'll have to pardon me, we'll have to look at waist sizes. I'm just trying to look here and see. I can't get the thing to work. It's not scrolling down for me, so I don't know about waist sizes, but this is definitely something that we're looking into a little more on Chubster. So we'll have some try on stuff, be able to talk about sizing and fit. They do have a little bit of everything, sport shirts, button down, whatever, joggers, t-shirts, sportswear, jeans, shorts. Every category that H&M carries, it seems that they have something available in sizes up to 3X. And so
it's like the waist is a 42.
Okay. All right. So
it's the biggest. So
one of the things in the article that the interview that Tess did with Vogue was talking about what she wants to see, and she's hoping for more extended sizes. She's wanting to see it push past a 3X or 4X, and hopefully that's the case. She wants to see a 5 to 6X sizing, which would be great. I think that's something we always talk about. Please, if you're going to do this, add in more sizes. And I think more sizing at that price point, people will buy the stuff. So
yeah, the women's wear, they have a plus size section, and it says it goes up to 4XL or 30.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the only other thing that I don't love about it is that there are no, there's no category that's specifically plus for men's, at least that I'm seeing. But also they don't have bigger models in the stuff, and that may be something that's coming. I don't know. I hope that it is. Being able to see bigger people wearing the stuff is part of it. It's another one of those things where I think they've got Tess representing it, which is awesome. And the women's side of things is going to get the love first because it sells more and hopefully they don't forget about the men's and they make a real push to you know, to get it out there, to show it on bigger bodies, that kind of thing. Because I mean, I'm looking at some swim shorts in 3X, and they're on a dude who is very ripped, does not look like me. I want to see some of that. And we know that when we're able to show bigger guys wearing the stuff, that people are more apt to buy it. They feel better about it. They like it,
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm going to pick some up. So at the least, you will see me wearing some of the stuff on Chubster. So I'm planning in the next couple weeks to have something out that kind of covers that, and I'll mention it here on the show whenever that's together. So
yeah, I mean they have some fun stuff in there. So
they do, and that's the thing, is they do have some fun stuff. They have some fashion forward stuff that that stands out. It doesn't look like all your traditional big and tall stuff that we always get stuck with, and so getting another option and seeing a brand or a company put effort into this and include the men's side of things in it, even if we are starting at 3X, we definitely want to see bigger sizes. But tell your 3X, 2X, 1X friends to buy the stuff so that they expand their sizing. I mean, the price is not bad, and hopefully the fit is there. And the hope is that with Tess being part of that, as they went through the process of making these new clothes and extended sizes, that they're actually they're thinking about bigger bodies. So we'll see.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, definitely a good price point on all this stuff. So
yes. So yeah, if you are listening and you've tried any of it, let us know what you think. Does it fit well? Is it what you expected? Is it good, bad, otherwise? We want to know, so we know what to expect. And yeah, like I said, we'll have something up on Chubster in the next few weeks.
Awesome.
So yeah, well, there we go. Other than that, I mean, the only thing going on with me is I've started piano lessons.
What?
Yes. So, we talk a lot on the show about getting out there and doing things, and, having hobbies and not being stuck at home and so on and so forth. And I had the opportunity to take piano lessons. So, the Portland Parks and Recreation, each season they have classes you can take or whatever. And so I saw piano and was like, yes, I'm gonna do this.
Fun.
I can play guitar and bass, I can play by ear, so it felt like a little actual instruction. And I've always wanted to try to learn piano. So so I started, and I got hand placement and a couple notes, but I'm excited.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going to be playing all the piano-based songs that that I every time I'm thinking of them now, I'm thinking of songs that are going to be like super annoying to So I'm like, I'll be playing like what is it? Eiffel 85, Eiffel 65? What are they that do that song Blue? I'll be playing the synth part of that. I'll be playing The Scientist by Coldplay, playing that over and over. It's going to be a lot of the same kind of things. I'll have to learn some, like, I don't know, Elton John or something that's I don't know. It's
so do you have a keyboard or something at home, or do you
yes, I do. So part of the road trip and stopping in Sacramento was to stop at my friend Cam's house, and he gave me a Korg synthesizer that's like a 61 key.
Oh, geez.
It's a beast. This thing's a beast, and it's great. And I've been playing around with that. I'm kind of getting everything set up in here and moving things around so I can just have it set up, come out here and play. This first class we learned finger placement, so I basically hitting 3 keys. So yeah, I'm getting it set up, and it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I got a new amp and all this stuff, so I can play the keyboard through that.
Mhm.
Also play my guitar and bass through it. It's just gonna be fun to be able to do some of those things, and I'm excited to see. It's a 2-month class, so we'll see where it goes and see what the next step is. And yeah, it's gonna be fun.
You'll
just to
learn
do something.
chopsticks and
Totally chopsticks. Yes.
Twinkle Twinkle Little
Yes.
Star.
What is it? Hey Jude, is that? Yeah. There
I don't
there
know.
we go. I
Maybe,
think that
maybe.
I've been trying to think of like every like keyboard piano song, you know. I'm gonna have to make a list because
There's a lot.
Yeah. So
Nice.
and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I keep looking for cello lessons, but there's not a lot of
Ooh.
opportunity for that. So
Oh, that would be fun. I wonder. We're here in Portland. There's got to be
there
like,
are, but they're quite expensive.
Oh
So
yeah. There is that.
not a lot of people want to play cello.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to keep an eye out. See, if there's somebody who willing to do it, maybe for trade for something. I don't know. Beer for cello.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I would do that.
There we go.
Well, thanks,
All right.
Bruce.
Well, Jody, it's good to be back, and we'll do this again next week. And we'll probably next week have another announcement for another Heavy Conversation Live, since we are now in a new month. And yeah, just,
another busy month, but we'll get it done.
We will. And this time we'll both be stationary and maybe even in the same room.
Wow.
I mean, we'll see.
Careful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your
podcasts.